everybody, it is Wednesday and we're tackling another DIY project. So one of the things I had on my hit list this year that I wanted to do was to replace the cushion for my outdoor lounger, which just over the years wore down and the stitching went and then the cushion got yucky, so it's gone, it's been thrown away. However, I don't know if you've ever checked recently for the price of a lounge chair cushion. It's insane. They start at about $120 and go up, even for very, very thin ones. And I thought, well, that's just really more money than I wanted to spend, because I don't spend a lot of time actually on the lounge chair. I use it in the summer a little bit here and there. When the summer gets really, really hot, I will go out and lay on my deck a little bit, but it's very small doses, certainly not enough to warrant spending that kind of money. So I got thinking, how could I make something up that will suffice for that lounger and is not going to cost me a fortune? So Amazon to the rescue. So what I did was I went on Amazon and I ordered a package of 4 18-inch square pillow cases in an orange indoor-outdoor fabric. So truth be told, when they arrived, they are not really, they're not the matchy-matchiest of orange based on my other patio furniture that's out there, but I'm not going to send them back. Amazon drivers have better things to do right about now than me taking back returns of something like this. So it's orange, it's in the same color family, we're just gonna go with it. So there's 4 of these cushion covers in a package for $23. Can't go too far wrong with that. So I've got my 4 cushion covers, and then I dug out an old piece of like memory foam that was once a twin topper for my son's bed. Now he's upsized now to a double, so this is no longer applicable to him, but I had it in storage and I thought, I hatched an evil plan. So what I have decided to do is I'm going to cut an 18-inch square piece of foam for each of these cushions, okay? But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these cushions downstairs. Where's my other one? I need another one to show you what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to take these downstairs into my little crafty room. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my sewing machine to stitch one side of the, to stitch one side of my cushion to the zipper side over here of the other. So what we're going to end up with, we're not going to block the zipper. The zipper's still going to be perfectly usable. But what this is going to give us is sort of an articulated cushion. And times 4 of these 18-inch cushions, it's going to be plenty long enough for our lounge chair, or at least that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So let's take this downstairs and stitch it up. Again, this is a pretty basic sewing project. Here is your zipper side, okay, of the cushion. So what I'm going to do is I'm attaching it right here. There's not a lot of extra room there for sure, but you know, I think this is going to be just fine for what I need, and it's just a cover for the chair. I mean, 9 times out of 10 when I sit on the chair, or when anybody sits on that chair, there is a towel down as well for them. So, I mean, it's not that this has to be particularly washable, although it will be when you take the foam out. You can, in theory, just wash it and press it and dry it. So anyways, let's go downstairs and see if we can't make this work. Okay, so we went down to my sewing room, and this is one of those things you discover as you're doing a project kind of on the fly. So I was down here and I was trying to get these pillowcases to line up just so I could pin them and stitch them. However, they were not lining up for love nor money. And I'm just going to say, I guess they're not perfectly square, or not exactly the same size, even though they are supposed to be 18 by 18 square. So in the spirit of continuing with my project in a different way, what I did was I dug out a piece of ribbon. Now, I know it doesn't match. It's kind of a beigey green color. It's okay. This is going to be on the back. You're not going to see this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch this all along to my cushion, and then I'm going to pin my other cushion to it, and I'm going to stitch down this way. So this is essentially going to hold the 2 cushions together. It's going to allow them to bend and articulate like we had talked about, but it's not going to involve actually having to pin one cushion to the other, which is also good because it'll mean that each cushion has the full expanse of the opening for the foam that we've cut. So let's run that through the machine, and hopefully, this is pretty thick material. I'm hoping that my little sewing machine does not have a heart attack or a hissy fit on me here. Let's see. Hopefully. There we go, so far so good. Take out my pin. So making sure. I didn't put too many pins in this. Again, this is not a great feat of sewing or anything like that. This is just sort of working on the fly and adapting to problems as they come up. I'm keeping this sort of hem where the cushion meets the ribbon very, very close to the edge of the cushion. So like I say, the entire cushion will be able to take that, oops, that piece of foam, that 18-inch piece of foam. Okay, so here we are. Oops, a little messy on the back here. Let me just trim those off. Okay. So here's the back side of our cushion cover. Again, wished I had had like a pumpkin orange ribbon, but I did not have anything nearly wide enough to make this work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my other cushion and I'm going to pin it. And I want to be sure again that I have all my zippers kind of going the same direction. This one will probably be a little bit awkward to start out with because, again, the zipper is facing up. So I will be back when I have this fully pinned and I'll show you how it looks from the front. Okay, so I just have a few pins in here and I've just kind of matched up the zipper side of the second cushion as flush as I can with where the other cushion joins the ribbon, okay? It's going to be much easier for you to see, whoops, once I have it stitched, but let's see. I think I may also have to see if I can maybe just pop a pin in here while I'm sewing just to sort of keep this from unraveling. One on one end and one on the other here. Again, I have no idea if this is going to work. This is just a theory. And I am doing this completely on the fly. It's not always the best way to do a project, but be that as it may. Okay, so because the zipper of this cushion is right there where I'm going to be starting to sew, I'm going to work just a little bit past it, and what I may have to do is go in with a needle and thread and just kind of hand finish that little section there. All right, here we go. And a little bit of back stitching at the end. All right, moment of truth. Let's see how we did. Pinning it in a roll like this to sew was a very handy thing to do because that would have just been very cumbersome to get through that machine. So we'll unroll it and we'll have a look-see here. Yes, okay, so this worked, good. So as you can see, you're really not going to see this ribbon, and I'm going to cut this, maybe even I'll flip it over and stitch it on either side just to reinforce it a little bit. In fact, I think I will do that because if I cut it, it's just going to fray, and I don't really want that. So here's how it looks. Okay, so again, you're not going to see that, and when you have the foam in each cushion, it's going to be pretty much almost invisible, like they're just kind of laying side by side on the lounge chair. So this whole process, I'm just going to repeat with the other two, joining them up as we go along, and I will be back once I have done that. Okay. I've got all 4 of my cushions stitched together. Now, what I did discover was that it's really, really tough to keep all those zippers going the same way, just because seams and everything like that. So I decided in the end that it really didn't matter if all the zippers were going one way. They are either on the top or the bottom of the cushion. They're not sticking out on either side. And from the front, and you can see what I mean by those cushions not being square. But on the front, not bad. And this is, again, this is going to be hidden because when it's zipped up, that zipper is going to disappear. On the back, there's our ribbon that's holding everything together. Now, all we have to do is stuff it with our foam and see if our ideas worked, so let's go do that. All right, so to measure my foam for my cushions, before we went downstairs, I had just laid the cushion cover on the piece of foam and kind of cut it slightly smaller than the cushion cover itself. So I got all my cushions loaded in. They look really good, actually. I'm pleased. I mean, it's not nearly as substantial as if you had ordered a brand new lounge cover, but it's also not even a fraction. It's just a fraction of the price. So for what I need it for, it's going to be great. And now I'm going to take it out and I'm going to put it on the lounger and see how it looks out there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little project. I'm happy with the way it turned out. It's just enough cushion for this lounge chair, and what's nice about it being articulated is that you can fold it and it will fit neatly into storage under your deck or in your shed. So hope you've enjoyed this, and join me again for another DIY.